hard, don't need rest. No breaks when you're chasing success. You snooze, you lose, no redos. Only get one shot, there's no sequel. Have fun, love what you do. Live right, be your own individual. Stay sharp, play smart, this is your life. I don't know much, but I know you don't live twice. Don't waste it, yeah, don't waste it, yeah.
Hey guys, this is Chrissy Morales here, and we have a very special episode for you guys today. We have P.O.C. from Revive Radio.
Yes,
Hi, how are you?
What's up, Chrissy? How are you? Thank you for having me.
Oh my God, I love that you're here. Everything that you do is just awesome.
I'm excited to be sitting next to you. We finally get to sit next to each other.
I know.
Two women in media. It feels
Listen,
good.
2 women in media and independent media.
Yes, independent media.
We're taking over.
We have to. We got to take over, yes.
That's right.
Yes.
So let's tell the audience what you do and about Revive Radio.
Awesome. Well, once again, my name is P.O.C. I'm the host of Revive Radio. I'm from Washington, D.C., but Philadelphia adopted me about 2.5, 3 years ago, and I haven't went back since. I host a radio show, once again, entitled Revive Radio, every Monday through Friday. Turn your radios up, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. I believe you have to get up anyway, so why not get up with me, your girl P.O.C. So we have an internet radio show that we do in University City here in Philadelphia, and we talk about everything from sports to politics to trending topics, current events, millennial events, community events. We do a lot of different things in the community. That's one thing that we are proud about, you know what I mean? It's putting that unity back in communities.
Tell us more about what your involvement with the communities.
We do everything from being involved with high schools in Philadelphia. You know, we had homecoming activities, we had assembly activities that we did with Roxborough High School, Martin Luther King High School throughout the fall and the spring this past year. We have free community activities. Last year we did a community night market.
So you host these events?
Yeah, we host them and we provide them for the community.
Wow,
that's what it's
amazing.
all about. Free, mind you, we were just talking about free.
I know.
You know what I mean?
It's free, it's for me. That's like everybody's model.
Yes. Free events because we, like I said, we're truly proud on putting that unity back in community. And one thing that we do is, you know, giving everybody a voice. That's what Revive is all about, you know, reviving the people through the airways and using mass communication and understanding the accountability that we have as media outlets, you know what I mean, to make sure that we're putting out the right narrative. So,
absolutely, because, you know, like we were just discussing, there's a lot of negative stuff out there, a lot of negative content. It's up to us to make the change.
Exactly. But also, when it comes down to media, you want to make sure that, you know, we do outweigh and we do weigh the pros and cons to media, because there are some things out there that are not necessarily always positive that also need to be told, but also being able to tell it from your perspective, from your point of view and your voice. I think that's where the power of, you know, independent media comes in, because we are not necessarily touching the masses, but we're touching the people who are our everyday people that we see in our communities.
Absolutely. So, and you know, with the negatives and the positives, it's about being ethically right and giving the accurate information and not just like, you know, opinions. And I mean, you can give your opinion, but not false stories. You know, because then the media will kind of like play off of that. And it's our job to say, no, wait a minute. This is the truth. We're truth seekers, you know? We're here to speak the truth.
And that requires us actually going to get the story too.
Right.
You know what I mean? We cannot just hide behind the cameras or hide behind the microphones. If you really want to get to the people, you have to meet the people where they are.
Absolutely.
You have to, so one thing that I always quote is you have to support who supports you. So if you are, you know, always behind the camera, always behind the mic, you're not necessarily supporting them in a tangible way. Because especially with today's, you know, market, they really want to feel a part of what you have going on. And when you can make your audience and your supporters a part of, you know, what you have going on, that's when you will see things really, you know, happening for you as independent media.
Absolutely. How do you feel that the community can impact you and your show?
One, by tuning in every morning, you know what I mean, by clicking that play button. That's definitely really big. And then also just, you know, sending in more comments, sending in more stories, you know, not necessarily always relying on me as the media, as the host to go get the story. If you know something is happening, you know, on Market Street between 52nd and 54th, you come bring that story to me, and then we can, you know, go out and get more information to get the meat on the bone to actually tell it to more people.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean. And it's like what people need to remember is that just because you're an independent, you know, media outlet, you're still a media outlet.
Exactly.
You know, you can still comment, you can still connect, let's engage.
Exactly.
Let's be friends. Repost, right.
Yes.
Absolutely, because people forget, you know, they're like, oh, well, you know, she's just, doing this. Maybe she doesn't want us to comment, but it's like, no, we want you to engage with us.
Definitely. Oh, definitely. And that's one thing that we do pride ourselves on too, because Revive is a live show. So we have a call-in number. We encourage people to call in throughout the conversations, throughout the interviews. We do go live on our, Instagram and Facebook. So if you have a comment throughout that, please drop it so we can, talk about it while we're there. And it's not necessarily, as if we are excluding your feedback, because a lot of people want to give feedback, but we have to be able to, get that out to the masses.
Absolutely. Now, if the audience wants to know where they can find you and stuff like that, do they go on to Revive Radio, like when they want to tune in?
Yeah, so they can go to reviveisalive.com, because Revive is Alive 365, 24/7 a.m. to the p.m.
That's amazing. I can't believe you're there all the time.
All the time, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. We have actually 7 jam-packed shows. We go live 7 times a week. So we are always live. So if you want to check us out, you can find us at reviveisalive.com. We have all of our pre-recorded shows, our playbacks on our YouTube channel as well. And then you can catch us on different sites. Shout out to pqradio1.com, because we're actually, live broadcasting through them, streaming through them, and then also Time for an Awakening too. So appreciate the people who are supporting me.
So you got a lot of support. And you know what? That's that positive movement. We're excited, definitely, for sure. But we'll be right back, and we'll find out what makes P.O.C. an unsung hero.
Yes. Yep, you already know what time it is, man. It's me, your girl, P.O.C., host of Revive Radio. We just wrapped up an incredible episode of Unsung Hero, man. Make sure you guys tune in to season 3 so you can check out me, your girl, P.O.C. And don't forget, tune in, Revive Radio. We go live each and every Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Turn your radios up. Revive is Alive, Revive is Alive, reviveisalive.com. Let's go. Check us out. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Revive_POC. Hey.
Welcome back, guys. This is Chrissy Morales. I'm here with P.O.C. Such an honor to have you here.
I'm ready, man. This is exciting. It is.
So we want to know, what do you think makes an unsung hero?
An unsung hero? That's actually a great question. Because when I was coming here today, I was like, is it too early? You know what I mean? Like, do I have more time? But just, actually, seeing other people, because I checked you guys out, so seeing other people that was on here too, it's just pretty much, people who are really using their purpose, you know what I mean? Walking in their purpose, understanding that there's so much more out here than just them, and understanding that, the power is actually being when you're able to put back into others. So, me seeing, the previous guests that you had on, I'm like, everybody that she had on so far is in the community. Everybody she had on so far is actually putting back into other people. So that's what I see, people walking in their purpose. So that's what I summed it up to.
I love it. I love that. I've never gotten that one before. People walking in their purpose, being selfless. And doing what they love to do. I think that's so important.
Man, what? I love what I do. And I tell people this all the time, and it sounds so cliche, and a lot of my friends, you know what I mean, because I'm a millennial, so we're still trying to figure it out. We're in our late 20s trying to figure it out, and I'm this one that's just like, yo, I love what I'm doing. I'm going here tonight. I'm doing this, and I'm like, dang, like, do I need to calm down? But I'm like, no, like, I'm really excited about what I do, and it reminds me of this song by Kendrick Lamar, like, be humble, be humble, and it's like, I was speaking to someone who was saying, like, yes, be humble, you know what I mean? Because there are people who are going through things, but at the same time, it is okay to celebrate yourself.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean? It is okay to rejoice in all that you are doing, because if no one's gonna do it, it should be you. So I'm excited. I love what I do.
I said it before, I'll say it again. Nobody's gonna do it for you. You gotta do it on your own.
So I absolutely love what I do.
Yes, you gotta love what you do. It makes life worth living. It just empowers you. And then how can you empower others if you're not empowered?
Fact. And this is something different to me too, like today, because typically what I do is I interview other people. So when someone wants to interview me, I'm like, okay, what else you got to talk about? So I'm really, excited. Thank you again for having me.
Yeah, of course. I'm loving it. We were just on our break talking about your trip to Nigeria, was it?
Yes.
Tell me more about that. I want to hear all about it.
Oh, yes, blessings. So I went on a trip to Nigeria with my sister. Shout out to Tab Money. And we literally just traveled through Nigeria. We started in a small town called Obiokuta, and we literally spent 21 days there, and we immersed into the culture, we immersed into the people, we lived how they lived, we ate how they ate, we slept how they slept, and it was just honestly a blessing to be able to say I did that, you know what I mean, and then also be able to have that opportunity and that freedom to do that. So yeah, and Africa was really amazing.
Were you able to bring your radio equipment, or you couldn't take that there?
I did not take everything with me, but I did take some things. So I did do some like audio recording. So it was more like voice memos, if anything. So,
and how's the culture over there? Because I know, you know,
amazing.
We see things on the media, but we need to hear it from a person who's actually been there.
First and foremost, Lion King just dropped yesterday. So if you did not catch the soundtrack, go catch the soundtrack, because every, you know, soca artist that is out right now is on that soundtrack. So shout out to Beyonce for going to get that culture for real, for real.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to just Nigeria and just the overall people, Nigerians, I mean, they're welcoming, they're loving, they're caring, and they actually want to know more about us, because the blurred lines are so there, to the point where we are misunderstood about what's going on in Africa, and they're misunderstood about what's going on with Black Americans or African Americans. You know what I mean? So
wow.
It was definitely a lot of education amongst the both of us.
Now,
and the music was amazing too. I fell in love with soca when I went.
And how was
there.
the like media impactment there? Like, are they?
Yo, they were. Thank you for asking me that. Like, shout out to OGTV. So it's a media company in Africa and Nigeria specifically, and it's called OGTV, and which is Ogun State Television. And they invited me and my sister to come there, and we were actually there. We live broadcast there while we were there.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so that was like my first international live broadcast.
Oh, that's so cool.
That was amazing. I mean, talking to different people, understanding culture, even the language, because you understand, like, doing international broadcasts, they're speaking their language.
Wow.
So they had like someone there to help me with interpretation and everything. So just that, you know, 360 of being part of media was like,
that's so cool. And that they were welcoming.
Yes,
you know, and tell us more about like their living environment, because you said there's no air conditioning there. Like we're so privileged. We should be thanking, you know, just be thankful for our blessings.
Facts.
Tell us about that.
So first, before I do that, I do want to shout out Akon, who's the rapper. He's actually doing something really big for the continent of Africa. He's putting solar energy around the entire continent. For those who don't know, that there is people who are trying to rebuild and revive that continent. But Africa, the portion of where I was located in Abeokuta, there's no running electricity, there's no running water. When it comes to lights, they use generators, which is ran off of oil and gasoline. So pretty much they're day by day, you know, working and hustling to get, you know, oil and gasoline to run electricity. But when it comes to the water, it's all well water, so they have to go dig and get the water and different things like that. So it was definitely a culture shock, but it was also life lessons for me too, because being so Americanized, I don't even understand those kind of things. So being able to, you know, break a habit in 21 days, because I was there for 21 days, was amazing. So I broke a lot of habits within those 21 days.
And you survived and you made it.
Oh yeah, I was gonna survive no matter what. I was gonna survive.
You know, you hear all these scare tactics of different things, like the West Nile virus and all this. But it's like, and even with what's going on in Dominican Republic, but it's like you can't be afraid to travel.
Yeah, no, because and one thing that I do pride myself on is traveling. Shout out to Russell Brand, which is a brand and a company that I'm building with my sister Tab Money. But we had the opportunity last year, 2018 was really a travel year for me. We started in Jamaica, left Jamaica, went to Africa, left Africa, went to Haiti, left Haiti, went to Belize.
You did it all.
Went to Belize and went to Guatemala. So it was like, I literally had a culture shock within 1 year. Yeah.
Love it. So, and you know what? That impacts your show. That impacts your whole life,
that's what I'm
which
telling
is awesome.
And
you can bring it here.
In the community, and it changes the international perspective, because now they are able to listen to the show too. So that brought more views to the show as well.
Yeah,
so
great. It's always good. It's always good to network and reach out.
Yes.
But we'll be right back after this short break.
Yes, yes.
Hi everyone, this is Chrissy Morales, the producer and host of Unsung Heroes. This show that aims to inspire, educate, and empower our community. We have the power to light up your world. Come and join the movement. Hey guys, this is Chrissy Morales. I hope you're being enlightened by P.O.C.
Yes, yes.
Our girl P.O.C. is just here spreading a positive message. So tell us more about your community involvement and your entrepreneurship and how they go hand in hand.
Entrepreneurship and community involvement go hand in hand for me, because everything I do is a FUBU effect. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for the people, I wouldn't have anything to give. So I believe everything we do is for you and about you, for you and for you. You know what I mean? So when it comes down to community work and entrepreneurship, they definitely play a big part in what we do here at Revive Radio, especially when it comes to outreach, when it comes to getting people involved, when it comes to, you know, just us being involved as well. Like we just recently hosted hosted last Friday Kidchella at Smith's Playground, which was honestly amazing. You know what I mean? To tap into the youth is one of the biggest commitments that I have, because when I was coming up and trying to figure out what I was doing, I didn't really have anyone to tap into me to figure out like, yo, you're now 18, you're now 21, you're now 25. Like, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? So these things are very important for me. And then to know that, you know, technology is right here at the palm of everyone's fingertip, and we all are doing something creative. We just don't know it's our niche until someone helps us bring it out of us.
So what would you tell like the youth, especially since that's your niche and that's who you really want to target, who want to start their own radio show, especially be in media? What kind of advice can you give to them how to get started? Big.
I tell everybody simply start where you are, and remember greatness is a choice. Start where you are. You don't need the hottest technology. You don't need the biggest camera. You don't need the biggest microphone. All you need is a voice, and you need people to listen. In order for you to get people to listen, you need to have something for them to listen to. So go figure out what they want. Go figure out what they're enjoying, what they're doing for the summer of 2019. You know what I mean? Not just what the hot girls are doing.
Yeah, not what's popping right now, but get into the community, get your hands dirty.
Exactly. So yeah, and then also, you know, one thing too that I'm learning along this journey too is actually reaching out to the different people who are involved in communities, such as, you know, your local officials. So that's one thing that really helped us and set us aside from other outlets too, is that we were able to, you know, talk to, you know, people like councilwomen and men, state reps and different things like that, that actually helped us. Like shout out to Councilman Kiana Johnson. Every time there's election, he calls us, we're there, we're at the polls, we're broadcasting live, we're talking to the people who are voting, coming in and out the booth, asking them questions, talking to first-time voters, you know what I mean? So that experience within itself is like, yo, they're always here, you know what I mean?
And you're doing everything. You're not just sticking to one thing. Like, you're not like, they're just for politics or just for, you know, a community event or just for this. You're doing it all.
Exactly. So that's the goal. That's what we're doing.
That's awesome. Any future things that you're doing? What are you working on now?
Right now, that's great. Right now, what we're working on is we have something coming up in September. We wanted to do our second annual community night market, but I wanted to actually gear this one to the youth, so it'll be a little bit different. I'm actually going to drop that the first week of August. So that's what we're working on is our September project right now, the big bang of what we're trying to do at the end of the year.
Tell us more about your impact with the youth.
Well, the youth, like, they're impacting me more than I'm impacting them, because they're keeping me young, they're keeping me up to date, keeping me fresh, keeping me revived, honestly, to want to keep going. Because like we were just talking about, you know, Jerron, you know, having people around like Jerron is like, I have to keep going because he's inspired by what I'm doing. And you know what I mean? You don't really know that until you're around them and they actually speak those words to you. So that's the most impactful thing right now, is just understanding that I'm making an impact, and I didn't understand that at first.
Right, the youth is looking up to you.
Exactly.
And like I was just talking to my mentor about this. It's up
shout out to mentors.
I know. Shout out to Dr. Stanley.
Shout out to the mentors. For real, like forever, I will always be grateful for mine. Solomon Jones, like shout out to the mentors.
Shout out to Solomon too.
Yes. He's like, if I can give him a huge shout out, every Monday through Friday, he's on WRD 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. as well. And then he broadcasts on 107.9, which is a Philly station as well.
That's awesome. Do you have any more other people that are on your team that you want to, you know, give a shout out to?
Shout out to the whole Revive family. You know, you got your girl Tab Money, who holds it down always. You got Harmony the Goddess, who does everything for us. You got Exhibit A, and then it's so many other people who we collaborate with as well that really just make sure that the glue is always sticking.
That's awesome. It's beautiful to have a supportive team.
Always.
You know, when you have a team on your back, it's just, it makes you feel empowered.
Exactly.
Oh, I think that one of the things that we forget is like, you got to find yourself people or someone that you can go to.
Exactly.
And you know, that can empower you, because sometimes we get down.
Exactly.
But we gotta find somebody who can motivate us and push us.
If I can just say one thing about that too, is the discouragement, right? So there are going to be times where you're not necessarily going to have, you know, someone around you, you know what I mean? Or you're not going to necessarily have someone to go to the event with you to hold the camera, or go to the event with you to, you know, make sure that every box is being checked. But that does not mean you don't go to the event, you know what I mean? Or that does not mean that you don't show up. So just remember that even though you don't necessarily have, you know, the team that you are looking forward to and you're visioning in your mind, there's still, you know, chances and opportunities for you to do that yourself. Remember, you started this by yourself, so there will be ways that you would have to, you know, revive yourself through those moments.
That's right.
I'm learning that myself.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
because you know, so many times we'll get discouraged and lose our ways, but then you got to remind yourself, why do you want this? How bad do you want this?
Yes.
You know, and you're your greatest supporter.
Exactly.
You trust in God, all else will follow. So I think that's beautiful.
Yes.
But you know, you've been doing so much great things in the community. I wanted to give a gift to you.
Really?
So on behalf of Unsung Heroes, I want to award you with the Unsung Hero Award Certificate. Thank you so much.
Thank
you so much, P.O.C.
Yes,
you are doing some great things in the community. We hope to collaborate with you.
I get gifts. It's dope.
And I know that you're going to be doing amazing things.
Yes.
Is there any last words that you'd like to say before we head out?
Yes, no doubt. One, I would say thank you for having me. I appreciate this opportunity. Two, everybody's an unsung hero. You know, it's an unsung hero, and all of us just remember that greatness is a choice, and I promise you that it's going to come out of you. And then also understand that, you know what I mean, whatever that you are building upon, whatever that you are asking, remember to prepare for it. And that's one thing that I'm learning. I pray, and God reveals, and then I'm not even prepared for what I prayed for. So remember to prepare for what you're praying for and what you're asking for. That's one of my biggest things I will leave with you guys today. Yes.
Thank you so much, P.O.C.
No doubt.
Been an honor having you. Thank you, guys. Until next time, this is Chrissy Morales with Unsung Heroes. See you guys next time. Let's take some selfies.